Do you know you can read your specific person's mind? I know a lot of people are like, wait, what? Do you know that whatever you're predominantly thinking is what they're thinking? Like what your beliefs are about what they're doing and what they're thinking about you is what they're thinking. And it doesn't matter if you've had shitty beliefs up until now, because you've predominantly been thinking, oh, they love the third party, they want to be with them, then yes, that is true for you. But if you've been predominantly shifting and living in the end of being together and thinking, no, they love me and don't want anyone else and they're mine now, then guess what? That's what's going to happen. Thought transmission works as is. Whoever you predominantly think you are in relation to them, primarily in your day, is exactly what you're going to get pushed out from them. And the wonderful part of this is if you've been engaging in shitty stories and it's not what you want, you can change it right now by just making a decision and choosing to no longer engage in those stories that are no longer serving you, or those old beliefs or your old shitty self-concept. You can change them and you can completely change the way they think. A lot of you get so fixated on what are they thinking and what are they doing? Who gives a fuck? Let's be real honest up until right now. If you haven't been engaging in the best stories, then would you want to even know what they're thinking? No, you wouldn't. And if you're having to think, well, what are they thinking? Then you're not in the state, because the version of you that has them and knows that they're obsessed with you, that they treat you like a king or queen, and that they lick the floor that you walk on and they treat you like VIP and with so much respect and prioritize you, doesn't give a fuck what they're thinking, because they know that it's done, it's theirs. So there's nothing else to think other than, it's done, it's mine. And I really want you guys to get that through your head, because when you stop giving a shit about what they're doing, who they're with, or what they're thinking, you're finally shifting into the version of you that's prioritizing yourself and realizes that it doesn't matter what they're thinking, because if you shift internally, they have no choice but to shift. Because it's never about changing them, it's about changing you, period. This makes absolutely no sense. You're all over the place in this explanation. This was in response to the video that I recently reposted about how your specific person is thinking what you're predominantly thinking, and it depends on what state you're primarily being, and not to give a shit how it's unfolding, because the truth is the how is not up to us. And if we've been engaging in shitty thoughts, we don't want to think about that, right? And why would you even want to know? And if you're constantly thinking, what are they thinking? Then you're not in the state, and then you're not really embodying the state of the person that has them. You're not being that version of you, hence they can't be that version of them. You're not manifesting the right version of your specific person. That's what she commented after watching that video. And to be honest, listen, I understand everyone is you pushed out is not an easy concept for everyone to digest. But that video made complete sense. If you understand states of consciousness and that who we are primarily being is what everyone else is pushing out in our reality, meaning they are only reflecting what is within us, they have no choice to, that is what you're getting. And if you change internally, if you become a new person, start embodying that state where you love yourself, you know you're a priority, you know you're good enough, and you start believing that they think that about you, and you just keep doing that over and over again, they have no choice but to reflect that back to you. That's pretty much all I was saying in the video. So yeah, it makes complete sense. So if you're confused by any of this and you think that it doesn't make sense, you need to learn more about the law and stop watching videos just about how to get them obsessed with you and how to get them to text you. Listen, I get it. I love a great technique too, and there's nothing wrong with sharing that. But the real truth is, when it comes to specific people and getting someone back and changing them, a lot of people are quick to watch the 5-second, 1-minute bullshit videos that promise you the world. And while some of these techniques can work, they won't necessarily give you long-term results, because you are not shifting internally. You are shifting for a fleeting second, and that's why you get wishy-washy results, or maybe them contacting you once and letting other people reflecting that back to you and not them, because you don't really understand that this is about you. You think you're changing them. You've never been changing anyone other than yourself. This is the big manifestation trap that everyone falls into. And then there's the other bullshit of there being way too many cooks in the kitchen, meaning there are way too many people trying to teach law of assumption when they barely understand it themselves. And I'm not here to hate on anyone. Listen, if you've been doing this a long time and you actually have experience with this and you understand the law, great. And even when I started 2 years ago, I would not say I'm at the level that I'm at now. I have evolved and changed in ways that I could have never imagined. But that's not to say that when I started my channel, I didn't have a very good knowledge of the law, because I did. And I had years to back up my experience. And why it doesn't take everyone years to learn this. Some people can learn this within a few weeks and literally run with it. because all their life experiences have literally trained them for this moment, which is wonderful. But not everyone who talks about law of assumption actually knows what they're doing. A lot of us in the beginning, it's like beginner's luck. Like you kind of get it, and then you have some like great wins, and then after that you're like in this cluster F of not understanding what anything is, and getting caught up in thinking you need to do all these things when in reality it's not true. Like people think that they need to heal their inner child and change every single limiting belief that they have, and it takes hard work and, you know, really fighting your thoughts, which is all bullshit. It's not any of that. It's a lot simpler than any of that stuff. But unfortunately, these people teaching law of assumption don't understand this yet. So they're teaching you law of assumption from a very limited perspective. And this is why I tell y'all, follow one or two legit people who actually know what they're doing, and then actually listen to Neville himself and just run with it. Honestly, the best way to learn any of this is to be it. Practice it in your life. Stop listening to so many videos. Stop watching so many people. Stop trying to find the next best thing. Just be it now, like embody being that version. If you don't know what that is or you need help with that, I offer one-on-one coaching. No joke, all of my clients see huge paradigm shifts and are able to manifest huge things after a call with me, because I keep it really real and I get you out of your story and I get you in to the reality that you want by helping you shift your mindset and give you a blueprint on how to do it. So if you need help, the link is in my bio. Like and follow to learn manifesting the right way.